Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you are well and healthy. My name is Daria Stan, and I'm a third year student at Rotterdam Business School. My major is in International Business for Asia, and today I would like to present my thesis defense for the company BNS. Uh, Firstly, the contents of the presentation will be as follows. I'll start by shortly discussing the organization and background of the problem, together with the management issue and research objectives of the company. For the upcoming part of the presentation, I will explain more about my own contribution to the project, which is related to the theoretical framework and recommendations parts of the report. And lastly, I would like to offer a personal reflection in regards to my professional behavior, performance, as well as future aspects, including my future career. Starting with the organization, BNS is actually part of a larger organization, which is BNS Group. But today's presentation will be solely focused on the BNS segment. BNS is a distribution company for consumer goods, uh, focused on the liquor, health and beauty, and food and beverages sector. They're actively present in over 100 countries, and they have a workforce of over 2,500 employees. Additionally to offering their clients expensive to inexpensive and private to label brands, they specialize in solving complex distribution supply chains in niche markets. The company's future resolutions are to expand to other markets, including the market of Republic of Senegal. Going to the into the management issue, although BNS is actually currently present in the market of Senegal, they do not have a defined positioning strategy, as well as their regional sales turnover in the region are minimal. BNS believes that there is a significant potential growth in the back-to-back Senegalese market, and therefore the management seeks to identify what would be the correct positioning strategy in Senegal. In order to understand more about the uh, main objective of the company, I will introduce the sub-objectives, which are as follows. Firstly, to gain knowledge about competitive positioning strategies and competitive sustainable advantage. Next, to define the competitive advantage of BNS and the positioning strategies of their competitors and in Senegal. And lastly, to outline the pains and gains of the target group in Senegal through conducting research. Going into the parts that I have made the most contribution to, which are the theoretical framework and recommendations. Firstly, the theoretical framework has been finalized through conducting secondary research or thesis research, whereas the recommendations part has been finalized by conducting both primary and secondary research, mainly through conducting qualitative research, which were represented by interviews with representatives of the BNS company, as well as representative of the Senegalese embassy in the Netherlands and other professionals within this industry. Related to the theoretical framework, it has been divided into two sub-questions. the first sub question, which is what does the literature say about creating a competitive advantage, and what does the literature say? And the second sub question that I had, which is what does the literature say about creating a competitive, sustainable advantage? In my personal opinion, the theoretical framework has been finalized smoothly, so there were not, we did not encounter major issues, and we found the perfect theories and models to match the ask sub questions. For example, the sustainable business model, which explains about how companies can change their value proposition from only focusing on revenues and sales turnover to actually implementing more goals from their CSR or sustainable goals, whereas the recommendations part has been more difficult to finalize. First, mainly because we've encountered contradicting perspectives. Firstly, the PNS representative has mentioned that the company is not looking to invest too much in Senegal, as well as they do not focus on sustainability or sustainable goals too much. Whereas the other parts of the research, so the interview with the Senegalese representative, as well as the desk research, suggested that it's best for companies, if they want a better defined positioning strategy, to actually take those into account. For example, one of the recommendations was to focus on selling Western high-tier products that focus on sustainability, because a report from Euromonitor has showed that the health the health awareness trend and sustainability trends are on the rise in Senegal. So therefore, I believe that this part was really challenging, actually, because we had to make a critical reflection of the situation and decide which part of the recommendations we should include or not include. However, the final decision was to stick to our to the what the research has shown. For example, the mentioned interview with the Senegalese representative and the mentioned studies and sources, because although we did find a solution for the positioning strategy in Senegal for the company BNS, which is actually to switching from functional to symbolic, because the competitors of BNS actually use these positioning strategies as well. Therefore, we decided to stick to our own initial plan. And the last part of the presentation, the personal reflection. The process of research, I believe this one has been difficult in the beginning, as we had to gain more knowledge and understand more about the company BNS and the back-to-back sector, which is for myself a difficult sector to comprehend in the beginning, because you don't especially while writing the about the positioning strategies, it's a very different sector, for example, from a company that focuses on end consumers and brand image, whereas back-to-back companies focus rather on making and establishing partnerships. And regarding my personal and professional behavior, to mention some achievements. Firstly, I have met all the internal deadlines of the team, and I have received positive feedback from all of my team members. However, I believe that some points for improvement are the quality of work based on the received feedback from the assessors. And regarding my performance, I believe that I had professional attitude during the project, as well as critical thinking and implementing new ideas in the project. And regarding the future professional careers, I believe that some areas that influence my future development from this project were actually the meetings with the PNS representative, as they seem similar to potential future meetings, for example, with clients or customers, or with the future management team of a company that I could work for. Some points to remember are, as I mentioned, the striking difference within the perspectives. So the BNS representative wanted to apply a positioning strategy that did not include CSR policies or sustainability, whereas the research suggested that they should do and follow these steps. And regarding the professional attitude, I believe I was uh, okay in the beginning of the project. However, during the time I lost motivations regarding the project, because we encountered some issues related to this project within the team. But in the end, I believe that I managed to offer and contribute significantly to the project, and I managed to actually reach all of my goals regarding to the project. This was my presentation. Thank you so much for your presence, and I hope you have enjoyed.